Part C.3, Introduction to Bootstrap. First, we want to know what is Bootstrap. So this is a very popular technology, mainly used for the layout style, the CSS part. But, it has many advanced features. Comparing with our regular CSS, this framework has much more advanced features. But first, we like to know some basic facts and properties of Bootstrap to give you some basic ideas. First, it is a framework from Twitter. So you can see it was developed and used in Twitter first. Later, so they contribute to the community. So right now, everyone, every web developer, so you can use it to make your page design, improve a lot. Okay, all right. Bootstrap free front-end design part, the front-end framework for faster, easier web development. Easier, as I said before, some of the relatively more advanced features are implemented in some special way. You just use their existing classes. So in CSS, so they design many classes. You use their, suitable classes. You can do a lot of features in a simple way. Otherwise, so you can think about otherwise, if you want to write those features by yourself, you need to write a lot of code. And it could be very complicated. So from that point of view, faster, easier web development. All right. Bootstrap includes HTML, CSS-based design templates. A lot of templates. So you use those templates, you can do a lot of things much faster. I try to cover some of the useful features. So definitely we cannot cover most of them. So here, I want to control the point after I show some main features. Then you know how to use them. If you need more features, you just study their documents by yourself. All right. So here you can see a lot of things, right? List, a lot of things you can do. And optional JavaScript plugins. It needs to use JavaScript to support advanced features. We know the JavaScript can do dynamic things. So some of the advanced features, to make it dynamic. So then the Bootstrap use JavaScript, internally. So JavaScript plugins. All right. Bootstrap also gives you the ability to easily create responsive. So here, this is a new important concept called responsive designs. What is the meaning of this? Responsive designs. Here, let me explain this concept. Responsive web design is about creating websites which automatically adjust themselves. That's the most important property of this concept automatically adjust themselves to look good on all devices. Some very small cell phone, tablet, yeah, large screen computers. So the display devices that can change from small to larger. The difference is very big. But how do you make the look still preserve, very nice? That's the responsive design. Yeah. So you can see this property is very important. For some experienced web developers, usually it is very hard to design your page to look good on all the devices. Some very small, some very large. How do you make your page design preserves the original look for all devices with different screen sizes? That is very challenging, very time consuming. So this concept, responsive design concept, if there is some tool can help you to achieve that, that will save the web developers a lot of time. And so here, the most important property of this framework, it is designed to achieve this property, responsive design property. All right. Next. So then the Twitter contribute to the community, so make it a free open source CSS framework. See, the focus is on the CSS features. Okay, yeah. Directed as responsive, mobile first. Yeah. So after we have this responsive, then mobile first. Yeah. Twitter, so mainly used on mobile devices, right? Yeah, mainly. Yeah. So mobile first. Yeah. So they in their, internal features support. So they make the mobile device the highest priority. Yeah. But for me, I use Bootstrap mainly for the regular web pages displayed on computer screens. I like this a lot. You can make your design very clean. Yeah. Neat, look good, but also very efficient. Yeah. All right. And in my next project, I plan to give you a few questions using this Bootstrap. Yeah. So we try to use some of the features and the practice in our project number 2. Yeah. All right. Next, why use Bootstrap? Yeah. We saw some of the reasons. First, easy to use. Yeah. So anybody with just a basic knowledge of HTML, CSS, definitely you have to have some basic knowledge. And at this point, we have enough. Yeah. So we're ready for this new technology. Yeah. All right. Then responsive features. Here you can see that is one of the big reasons to use Bootstrap. Yeah. Its responsive CSS adjusts to phones, tablets. Yeah. So that was the built-in property feature. Yeah. So you will see. Yeah. So later, so you will see. So we can change the page size. Yeah. When you change the page size, it will adjust automatically. Yeah. Because the layout could change. Usually the layout could change. So it will change in a natural way to make it still look good on a smaller size, different sizes screens. Yeah. Easy to use. Yeah. So here. Easy to use. So right. So yeah. So, why still easy to use? Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Let's say, yeah, that's easy to use. Yeah. I think it should be put mobile first. Yeah. Because I copied that. Why? We already have the easy to use, right? Yeah. It should be, I think it should be the mobile first. Yeah. Mobile first. Replace easy to use. Okay. Mobile first. Yeah. Right. So that's another important property of the Bootstrap. Yeah. Then installation. So next, I want to talk about how to use it in our web applications. Where to get Bootstrap 4, the current version, Bootstrap version 4. Two ways. The first way, include Bootstrap 4 from a CDN. The links, yeah, so we can see, yeah, here, let me show you need to include several links. Yeah. All right, so here you can see one link, Bootstrap part, one link, jQuery, because some of the features, it needs to use the jQuery to help to make those features. So we don't know what are those features. So if you want to make it safe, so you need to include it. Yeah. Proper JS, yeah, here, another JavaScript package, Popper, not proper, Popper JS, yeah. Yeah, some newer features, yeah, but we don't know, we just use them. And Bootstrap its own JS part also include. Yeah, so here you can see now many links you need to, connect in your pages. Yeah, but that is the CDN way. Another way, you can include it in your web applications. So you download. Yeah. So you go to the website, download the most recent version directly. Yeah. Yeah. After you unzip it, yeah, so it is a zip file. After you unzip it, there are many folders, yeah, several folders. Yeah. So you copy all those folders, put it in under the root directory. So your web application should have a root directory, right? Yeah, under that root directory, yeah, copy, put there. Yeah. Okay. So then all your web pages, yeah, all of the web pages under this root directory, so you can access. Yeah. All right. An advantage of using the Bootstrap for CDN. Yeah. Yeah. An advantage. Yeah. Here, the main thing is regarding the performance. It can make the downloading faster. Because CDN, you need to download. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, even for your downloaded version, so you also download. Yeah. But for your own version, so here the main difference is for your copied version. So for your copied version, when the user display, they also need to download from your website. But the thing is, your downloaded files only need to be loaded once for all the pages from your website. Yeah. But the CDN, there is a difference. So here, look at the difference. Many users already have downloaded Bootstrap 4 from Mac CDN when visiting another site. Yeah. So what's the meaning? Yeah. So it tells you many users, they need to visit several different websites, right? Yeah. Several different websites. Because the Bootstrap is so popular, large number of, here we don't know the percentage number there. Yeah. Just quite big percentage number of websites use the Bootstrap. Okay? All right. Now, when we visit the first one, because it uses CDN, so we download it. Then we visit the second one, also use the CDN. Then, because your browser has the buffer, so your browser buffers the CDN downloaded part from the first website. Second one, you don't need to download, so it can save time. Then after that, all the website using CDN, Bootstrap, you already have the buffered version there. So no need to download it another time. So from that point of view, it is faster. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So as a result, it will be downloaded from cache. Yeah. The cache in your browser. It's already there. Buffered, cached there. Yeah. So that can save a lot of loading time. Yeah. So that is the reason. Yeah. All right. Next, basic concepts in Bootstrap. First, container concept. Container concept. You can put components in this container, or this container, concept. This container, you can use it to arrange certain GUI components. Yeah. Bootstrap requires a containing element to wrap site contents. Yeah. So that is its design idea. Yeah. Create some special element, make it container. Okay? Yeah. So then you can arrange your other elements inside this container. Yeah. All right. Containers are used to pad the content inside of them. Yeah. There are two container classes available. Yeah. Here you can see the typical way the Bootstrap used to use special classes. Special classes. Yeah. So you can see, use these classes, just the CSS classes. What's the meaning of a CSS class? We know that. We have that background. So here at this point, we can understand the Bootstrap used the regular CSS class way to add more new features in our page design. Yeah. All right, the first container class, doc container. So doc container, so that's a class. Okay, so you see, the class way. We use the doc container class. Yeah. Provides a responsive fixed width container. Yeah. The fixed width. Okay? So width fixed. So when you change the size screen, the container stays the same fixed size there. So it does not shrink, larger, bigger, fixed width. Yeah. All right. Another second one, doc container dash fluid class provides a full width container spanning the entire width of the viewport. So this one you can see the fluid version, fit the whole screen, right? The current screen, but you can change the screen size. Think about the users may use different screen size. Whatever the size is used, so this page arrangement design always spanning the entire width of the viewport. So these two, the basic classes, that's pretty much enough in our page design. Here you can see the first way. The first way, in one page, it leaves some room at two sides. The second one, no room, left-hand side, right-hand side. But top, bottom, some room. All right. Container padding. Padding. So here, the space here, controlled by the padding, CSS padding. All right. By default, containers have 15px left and right padding. By default. 15px left, right padding, by default, with no top or bottom padding, with no top, bottom. If you want to add top and bottom, so you need to set it. If you do not set it, no top or bottom padding. Here, let me show you example for that container class. All right, so now the way we use it. So we want to make a div element container. So typically, so we use div element to create a container to hold many different GUI components. So we use the container class first. After that, in order to control other parts, we add some other class. Here, let me explain this PT-3 class. What's the meaning of that? So we want to set some padding, some places. So we set in this way. P refers to padding. This P, we want to set padding part. But what padding? So which padding part? T refers to top. Top padding part. But when you set, how much space do you want to use? Here, -3 tell us the level 3 space. How much space do you use for level 3 space? Here, I can show you this table. This gives the space for different levels. So level 3, 1 EM. I hope you still remember the space unit EM. This is a relative unit, not absolute. Relative. So relative to the user's current device. Some device larger, smaller, So this EM means, current font. First, when you display, you have the default font, right? Default font size. The default font size, then you take that capital M under the default font size, the height of that capital M, that is the 1 EM. That space, that is the 1 EM. All right, the level 3. So here you use dash level 3. Here you can see in this way, you can change many properties through some special way, combination of some characters, in a special way so you can get that. Yeah. So here you can see it tries to simplify the way we use CSS. We can use the regular CSS to do the same thing. Yeah. But using the Bootstrap, we can do it faster with less code, more features. Yeah. So that's the idea. Next concept, Bootstrap grid system. Here you can see the grid system. Yeah. So at this point, I like to explain why this grid system is important. All right. Now here, let's go back to the layout part. Yeah. HTML design. Yeah. We think about, we need to do the layout part, right? In HTML page design. How do you do layout design, right? Yeah. So you can see basically we have two ways to do layout design. All right. The first, it is the HTML way, table way. Table way, we can organize GUI components, right? Table way. Second, the CSS way. CSS way, we use properties, we can do the layout. Position, remember the position property we can use to do the layout design. Yeah. Then, remember in one of my videos, I talk about how to use these two things. Yeah. Some experienced web designers, they recommend do not use table in page design. Try to use CSS. Yeah. Reduce the table way, using more CSS way. Yeah. And in that video, based on my own personal experience, I feel we should not eliminate it, because sometimes the table way is so convenient. We don't want to throw away the table way. Yeah. The table way, the negative side of the table way is if people use table structure in the nested way, tables inside tables, many levels, then it's a nightmare. Yeah. It is a nightmare. Yeah. Too complicated, very hard to maintain. So that's something we want to avoid. Yeah. But some good way to use table, still it is okay. Yeah. So that is my experience. So my recommendation, I said we should combine these two. Yeah. Approximately the way to use it, 10% we can use table, 90% CSS way. Yeah. All right, so now we have something really nice to help us avoid using table. All right, now Bootstrap grid system. If you have the Bootstrap grid system, then you can arrange your GUI components using the grid system. Because table provides you the grid system, right? Table basically provides you a simple grid system. So now we have that from inside Bootstrap. That's all we need. Okay? So now you see, from this point of view, you can see the grid system in layout design is very important. People really need to use the grid system in layout design. Otherwise, it's very hard to control. A lot of things, it's very hard to control. Yeah. So the grid system. And also you can see the regular CSS, it does not include the grid system. So for this part, its weakness. The grid organization, so this aspect it is the weak point of the regular CSS. Yeah. So the Bootstrap address that. Yeah. The Bootstrap adds this important grid system to make more useful, more powerful. Yeah. All right, so let's look at this grid system. So very simple. Yeah. All right. The grid system built with flat box. Yeah. The box flexible, right? So you can adjust easily flat box, flex box. Yeah. That allows up to 12 columns across the page. Yeah. Maximum number of columns in the grid system, 12. Okay? Yeah. It should be enough, 12. Yeah. All right. So then here, let me show you a picture so you can get an idea. So what is that grid system? The 12 way here, the top line, you can see that's the 12 column way. The maximum number of column, the cells you can use in the grid system is this. But many times you don't need that many columns. Yeah. So you want to use fewer columns. So here you can use span 4, 3 span 4 columns. Span 4, from the name you can see one column, it covers the smallest 4 columns, right? The smallest 4 columns. So here you can see the smallest column, it is treated as 1 unit. 1 unit. Okay, yeah. Span 4, it covers 4 units. Okay, yeah. Similarly, span 8 units. Okay, span 6 and span 12. So you can see it is very flexible. The flat box. So each one flat box. Okay, yeah. Container box, container. So you can put more other components inside that box. Yeah. All right. Yeah. The grid system is responsive, designed to be responsive, and the columns will rearrange automatically depending on the screen size. Yeah. So that is the convenient way to make your page look good. Yeah. Responsive feature, supported everywhere in Bootstrap. Yeah. All right. Make sure that the sums adds up to 12 or fewer. Yeah, up to. Yeah. Do not use 13, more than 12, 14. Yeah. Yeah. Otherwise, it won't work, right? If you violate that rule, it won't work. Yeah. So it is not required you set all 12 available columns. Yeah, not required. Yeah. Sometimes not add up to 12, it's okay, right? Yeah. 4, 6, yeah. Remaining 2 you do not set, so it's okay. That part will be the space. So you do not use that space. You leave that as space. So it is okay. Yeah. All right. Grid classes. Yeah. Now you have that grid system, but you can control your grid. So there are some settings you can use to control the grid size. Yeah. Sizes. Yeah. All right. 5 classes. The first one, .co dash. Yeah. So dash, you can set a span number, right? Yeah. So after the dash, you need to put the span number. Span 2, span 4, span number. Yeah. So this co dash. Yeah. So extra small devices. Yeah. So this one is used to set a screen with less than this many pixels. Yeah. Then next one, SN, small device. Small device. Then by the same number. Yeah. One, yeah, one must be false. Yeah. This must be false. Yeah. So this looks okay. Yeah. That one, because extra small should be much smaller than this. Yeah. Yeah. This number. Yeah. Yeah. We can fix that. Yeah. So the medium, yeah, level, and large device and extra large, 5 levels. Yeah. Then here, let me show you some example to use the grid system. Yeah. Very simple, very straightforward. Yeah. The first one, class row. Here, you know, we want to arrange our components in one row type fashion, right? One row, yeah. All right. Because row by row, right? After this row, we can do another row. So row by row, right? So now we work on the current row. Here you can imagine the grid system we are using. Yeah. The row, here we put the 4 columns. Each column spans 3 units. Okay. 3, 3, 3, 3 units, small, the screen size. Okay, yeah. Originally, the default, that's for the small devices of this size, the original design. Okay, yeah. We said that. Yeah. Then, so when you change the screen, then it will adjust, yeah, accordingly. Yeah. The first example. Second example, so this time we arrange slightly different. So 12 columns, we split into 2 parts. The first one, 4 columns. Second one, 8 columns. Add up to 12, and they leave no space. Yeah. If you do column 4, span 4 component, span 6 component, then the remaining 2 rows, that space, nothing. So you do not put anything there. So you just leave that space there. Yeah. It is okay. Yeah. All right. So that is our first video of Bootstrap. Yeah. After that, in my following videos, I will go to more useful features. All right. So let's stop here.